Welcome to another morning's edition. I was on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Manfred on YouTube. Big conversation and then Champions League in several of that. Hey, Charlie, Madrid for the day in front of Massa. What they are saying is so Madrid comes back. Essentially, pointing to everybody saying Massa. Madrid can come back. Madrid will beat me up back no matter your year until one way. Obi Arsenal mean against everything is done. They forget about it. And now so go control to say cover almost stadium so. And Arsenal phone call reply say a more crampo die ukata one a being ye and no ye a being can until rise there. It get the cooks when the lid is on. Until mo pensari among cartoon to Charlie Santiago Bernabeu or Mampire. A big gap. Enzo Maresca is on a rant here after this week disappointments. The match of the day. Jimmy Carragher, excellent analysis be about the Chelsea fans, the Chelsea manager, and why he thinks Chelsea may not qualify. I agree with him 100%, and I'll reanalyze the analysis and really think about Maresca in the future of Chelsea, and even the options are open in the summer over there or and then come over all of so you invest so Barca and they say name Jesse Barca be a different Jesse cry from the Barca Jesse himself almost matches no when they play in the Champions League. So you invested so they are and then Champions League codes 2 games plus Arsenal women are able in the friend is saying English Women Premier League, and also games are on a special one. And then the last code no Horoma, so quote now go track games that's then we have your 4 different codes for you: 16 plus odds, 10 plus odds, or 6 plus odds, or 5 plus odds, and it's also just the Champions League Arsenal women game, and also Yakabuma, I think about 3 plus odds. I want the description of the video below. Also everywhere on social media: Fiifi-Manfred TikTok, Fiifi-Manfred Facebook, Fiifi-Manfred Twitter, Fiifi-Manfred Telegram. All the codes, and of course, and go like to you share links and so on. But Yending Common, of course, let me start. It is good that I start with Madrid. A very important me start with Madrid because the confidence level of the Los Blancos was through. Nyamiad mo China Santiago Bernabeu, so Madrid Musu, Arsenal Musu. Aye dey about Kubisu. We have said Nyami na Musu. It's another problem. Many ends my story natural. One of them is definitely going to cry over there. That was Santiago Bernabeu. When Arsenal plays team up, your friend Real Madrid away from home in the Champions League. And then in front of Marsa, I see Ramonta El Madrid talking about the fact that so Madrid comes back, because I said throughout the since Madrid lose first thing in 3-0, the preparation has been said they have to come back. Brahim Diaz, Mbappe, Vinny Jr., Jude Bellingham, Rodrigo Goes, Dani Ceballos, Vasquez. In fact, after the game, Madrid attention turned to turning the first score line around and then coming back to come and get a win against team friend Arsenal, and emphatic one. The sad one, and they say Arsenal team in 78 matches, I'm conceding more than 2 goals. That Obo said then you don't score Arsenal more than 2. Defensively, very resolute, very solid, and it's not just based on the personnel. A team of very compact ideas, compact structure, and of course players necessarily just pawns on the bigger chess table. Mikel Arteta movie on also. Big manager that understands nights like this, our Arsenal team, and I know that Madrid are trying to make the game a very emotional one. Very emotional one. Obviously, match emotional. What Mikel Arteta would have to do is also get the boys into their right emotions and go to Santiago Bernabeu. But whilst you are emotional, you have to be focused. It's a very interesting game over there. Or Santiago Bernabeu. Now, most of the Spanish fans don't say tomorrow another Spanish team plays to get into the semi-finals. But the front page for the team with 2 days left until the match, the newspaper of the fans, we have already heard in Florentino's audio recordings that he would appoint anyone he wanted as president. Talking about Namiad Moch now what's in front of Argentine. And what surprised me most about Spanish football is the sports media. It's incredible that they don't hide their fanaticism for the team. And I'm not just talking about Barca, Madrid, but also Mundo Deportivo and then Madrid, of course. And normal, of course, Spain here, both teams essentially are very clear on baby Omujina, who goes, who says what, who doesn't say what, clear for them. And I do. In the Italian Serie A, Napoli won an important game in Italian Serie A, and what a game it was. 6 points in an area between Inter and in Napoli going into the last set of games at our Italian Serie A. In Napoli needed to beat Elfi at the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium, and away 3-0. 3-0 and Abrantia and Antonio Conte and team for team my friend Napoli, closing the gap to 3 points between themselves and Inter until to go down to the wire. And after the game, Inter Napoli coach Alfredo Don Antonio Conte could say Napoli should be thanked if we are talking about the Scudetto, and otherwise it would be over already. Less newspapers will be sold, and there will be little to talk about on TV, talking about the facts. And can only team Napoli team in any other and by now, and Interforo in the league, everything would have been done. And then now here, it was a very, very good drubbing. Lukaku, Scott McTominay, Billy Gilmore, Frank Andre Zombo Anguissa. And look at these two Scottish players in English Premier League, literally having the time of their lives. Our Italian Serie A, our Naples and the Italian City of Naples. Everybody loves them over there. After the game, Opta. And there's some interesting statistics about so Lukaku and Salah are the only two players in the big 5 European leagues to have double digits goals and assists over there. No two players at all, both double digits in goals and double digits in assists, except Romelu Lukaku and Abrantia if Momo Salah. Lukaku has the most assists of Serie A, and a very important player for team your friend SSC Napoli. And also thanks to Scott McTominay and Manchester United, 9 goals for team your friend SC Napoli, our Italian Serie A. Lukaku is on fire, 22 goals and assists in Serie A this season, 12 goals, 10 assists. Big run plus Conte, a cheat code like they are saying. And Napoli fans have handed out these signs at the Maradona, the last 7 battles, asking the stands them on the pitch. Let's fight until it's over. That's exactly what Napoli for Rafael, a player impressed me most Italian Serie A, according to Scott McTominay, Obasi competition coach. Obi Onituna Jumapa, Obi our impressing more pa Abrantia a friend Rafael. So the Italian Serie A, it will go down. It will go down to the wire over there. Now, if you go on there, there's a lot of conversation our Italian Serie A. By then, like we know, there's going to be a big one. Champions League, FC Bayern München, FC Barcelona, against Team your friend SC Dortmund. A big one for Team your friend of Barcelona. Away to Dortmund. Almost your first day, easy peasy. Then they a match day. Emma Barca for they have to make sure say they finish the job. Our Dortmund Chrome, and then of course come back, focus on the Copa del Rey final, and then of course the Spanish La Liga. Then go on to go and focus on another Champions League semi-final, because season baby and it's and then go in front of Mundo Deportivo Edikaka. Say it is clear for both teams now. Mundo sit with everything. Barca for Echo team your friend Dortmund. Remember making sure say they solidify and finish the job. Our team my friend Dortmund, our friend Dortmund, and yet it's a Barca different jersey. Barca sporting different jersey and then against team my friend Dortmund. Almost show regular blue-black shorts, the white shorts against team my friend Dortmund. Inside game. In front of sport, on sport for say we want to enjoy Creamos de Stofrua over there. The Sana Sport for Neka Barca for show white jersey. In that game against team my friend FC Dortmund, our big leaguer, Champions League, big one, our breaking FIFA consider the possibility of inviting Barca to the Club World Cup after Club Leon from Mexico was suspended because its owner already owns another club participating in the competition. And it's a one Numbers of phone have been invited. Barcelona expect to return Spotify Camp Nou in September over there. If nothing changes, Barcelona have no plans to sign a striker. As it stands now, Barca have no intention to sign Nico Williams. They consider that train has already passed over there. Barca as a summer dream on Abrantia, their friend Nico Williams, a player in the summer. They were really interested in making sure say they will finalize Nico Williams deal. No, but I say almost in Chomonasi, as long as a summer dream on a branch of friend Nico Williams, and they are refocusing on something else. That is something that looks like it's going on. Once Dieter Flick, also we are happy to have Danny Olmo back, but it would be too much to include him in the starting lineup after injury return. We will see what happens tomorrow. Talking about Danny Olmo, Pogba and Isinya, and what has Dieter Flick can say. All rational and finding Kokoshi, Omenyan Tubaseka crap and the Amano. And after that, Onyan Tubasiamana, then you will see if it's going to go on. Or the Barca for say the 62 million release clause of Abrantia, the friend Nico Williams, no, or meeting here, but I said, Nico Williams, Dangas a time no more pedono. Bueno, yeah, and one year, maybe just my Barca for no car or my attention and fear Abrantia friend Nico Williams. So, and then they are looks like they are refocusing on new things over there. The big breaking news about pay is the story of a branch friend Paul Labile Pogba. Paul Labile Pogba. I made also about Paul Labile Pogba. I worked a couple of months ago and Paul Labile Pogba the issues of doping about Juventus the Manicotina FA for a number of years, and Paul has been back, has been cleared, has been training to see if he can go on and play some football for himself and also reinvent the career. Paul in a very stressful time through the family or no the ball injuries. I mean, I may be on, and then what we are hearing according to plenty goal from Germany and also Paul Abile Pogba. No, why not just so you open so in every league, you know, Bundesliga, La Liga, Ligue 1, MLS, Saudi Arabia, all options. No, Paul Abile Pogba. So we consider he is keeping himself fit and aims to make a comeback in the summer for next season. That's the story of Paul Abile Pogba. Now, at some point in time, he was seen as one of the best midfielders that Ewoviase. Of course, in the summer, Makacho said the quest for a striker, a big one. The Manchester United Forum have had conversations with a branch of Liam Delap and in the entourage. But another player, United Forum, a actually our panel, a branch of Patrick Schick. I want to buy FC buying over Leverkusen. In the last few days, Manchester United Forum have kept tabs on him. I'm going to keep on tabs on him. And initial contact now has been made also for our branch friend Patrick Schick as a centre forward for team friend Manchester United. And even at that, it's between Manchester United and Chelsea. Battle, no air castle for the cost for a centre forward. Big battle. So why they be your branch friend Liam Delap? Makacho Chelsea Forum. Omujidi say Abente friend Liam Delap a pass any audition. No, Omujidi so a top player. Omujidi so more box presence. No. Omujidi said with the likes of Liam Delap, Chelsea can variate its build-up, go long, go short, any signing manner. And if that is the case, then they have to make sure say they go in hard and strong for branch friend Liam Delap. And Mario saying just Chelsea and a branch friend Liam Delap. There is Manchester United, there is Arsenal. All of these teams know actually Liam Delap as a quality player. But the main fights between Chelsea and the team the friend Arsenal. Between Manchester United and Chelsea now for the race for Liam Delap. Which club would he prefer to join over there? I don't know. I want to share. It will over 2 days ago. Pep Guardiola in pre-match press conference set up a fullback. I mean, I mind some. I'll see our left back corner. A branch here, friend Nico Reali. It's me boss outside Romano. But on Nico Reali, Nico Reali, any player or yet fullback. Nico Reali no fullback, but I'll try. It decided to say Manchester City a couple fullback. And only yet so one of the fullbacks are Man City. Brantia, your friend Destiny Doji, before corner, I can Destiny Udogi, Udoji, Nigeria near Brantia, Italia, or Bonabor, Italy. That's a player that they are looking for him. And for the past few reports are ever from Argentina, and it's Brantia, your friend Julian Alvarez, the best friend power of Argentina national team named Brantia friend Enzo Fernandez, Enzo Fernandez Asem, or in the EBBR, in fact in Spain. Julian Alvarez, HD, so one of the best midfielders or no, or in the Bobo, Brantia Enzo Fernandez. Now, Pushy, catch Atletico de Madrid for board, you know, I catch Diego Simeone, no see Argentine, saying, only fast, normally Chelsea in Casa, then can rent here friend, Enzo Fernandez, free Chelsea, then come right team friend Atletico de Madrid, no bobo, ni bi or more, no more you may come because only this boy anybody, you might be my home at the moment, a very, very close friend, our team, our friend is saying the Argentine national team, and also he want him. Or the Atletico de Madrid after Paris Saint-Germain were 3 wingers. Badi Bakola, Ousmane Dembele, Desai Dieu, and Abrante Fenivica Koreskela. In fact, 4. And all of these players, a lot of the teams are looking at them because who started 3 and as a ball striker, next the 2 Grabbits actually. How do you manage these young, very talented players? And then l'équipe est reportée, and El Nacional est reportée, say there are certain clubs that want England say Chelsea more per wingers. I started normally Bradley Barcola didn't come, normally decide you didn't come in that conversation. They want to try and convince those boys to move in and then go to Bomber clubs. As to if these boys will move from Paris Saint-Germain and then go to these Premier League clubs now. Just a matter of time. Manchester United boss Ruben Amorim, a big fan of Antoine Semenyo, say Manchester United going outlet out wide. Somebody can come in central, a branch friend Antoine Semenyo looks like one guy or fit exactly how Manchester United for Elbo Omobono and Ruben Amorim, a big fan of his Obushi. Say Kubitsmin a branch friend Ruben Amorim, Sen Combra, Kubitsmin a branch friend Antoine Semenyo, Ghana near branch. Now Manchester United. As to if Manchester United will get a Brentford friend Antoine Semenyo, that's a different story altogether because there are a lot of teams against just Manchester United. People have seen the quality on show from a Brentford friend Antoine Semenyo, how good he is on the ball, his channel runs, his hold-up play, the finishing, and Bournemouth versus Fulham in a very, very difficult game where Bournemouth needed something. At the opening of the game, when a Brentford friend Antoine Semenyo got the job done for team the friend FC Bournemouth over the Chelsea. I hold the first direct talks with the entourage of Victor Gyökeres to confirm that they are still considering the Sporting CPAs. First time Nomadi Komosoki, they would want him almost waiting in Abba. And the game brought Bournemouth versus Fulham, Antoine Semenyo share goal. After the game, and we saw Antoine Semenyo in the pre-match press conference. And I'll say, Thierry Henry, Amos Antoine Semenyo say, you were cooking, and Bournemouth, Antoine Semenyo say, and I'll say, you were cooking some fufu and jollof rice, and Antoine Semenyo say, yeah, he was cooking some good stuff over there, and of course, almost everybody is giving a lot of credit to Antoine Semenyo for the border or Bournemouth. And now, Jamie Carragher on Monday Night Football say he believes it after Arsenal and then Liverpool, the 3 spots now can or GDC Man City Bejibako, or GDC Newcastle Bejibako, Nyaka a Nottingham Forest, Chelsea, and Aston Villa will probably get a 5th spot. Now, Osha and Nadia Chelsea being here because of the fans and how there's a disconnect between Enzo Maresca and the fans now, and I think I agree. And he made an example with how Newcastle for fans now have a connect with coach Eddie Howe and then the team. But Chelsea for fans have a disconnect. And so after the game, Enzo Maresca Chichimu, why Chelsea lost, he mentioned said there were 2 times where Robert Sanchez in your ball, and come a ball shot. Chelsea fans know it will foot some ball long ball, and the problem is by. But again, adding Tina, a professional goalkeeper like Robert Sanchez, fans on mobile ball, you make it worry you, and then you have an issue in terms of playing out from the background. I think that is worrying. That is very, very worrying for our friend Robert Sanchez and Enzo Maresca in the team. They need to make sure say they are beginning to do their things right. Because in this area, there's going to be a big problem for Antoine Semenyo. There's going to be a big problem because Chelsea are qualified to the World Cup. It's going to be a big deal. And we are the World Cup. So the Champions League is going to be a big deal. Guys, and then the ADBC Aston Villa PSG. The pre-match analysis number back in a few minutes. Of course, there's going to be that one Barcelona versus Dortmund and all the betting picks and all the news around it. And the Hi, Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Do take care. Bye bye.